my seatbelt on even though we're parked.
Oh.
Safety first.
Hi guys! Today I'm here with my parents! Oh my goodness. Okay, you've seen the videos where we've asked our brothers embarrassing questions, they've asked us embarrassing questions. Now it's time to ask my parents embarrassing questions that you guys are too afraid to ask. We're gonna be spilling all the tea today. We're gonna be hearing all the drama, all the advice, literally everything. It's so exciting and I just can't wait to even get started. Okay.
True.
I'm so excited! Wait, what?
False.
True. Question number 1. Tell us about your first date. That's an easy one.
Oh, that is an easy one.
I'll let Katie handle this one.
Okay, so check out Audrey and Spencer. They recreated our first date. We met because we both worked with a mutual friend. So I worked with this guy named Ryan. So
Shout out to Ryan!
Thanks, Ryan. David also worked with Ryan. Ryan was a hard worker. He worked 2 jobs.
Let's go, Ryan!
Full time, right? Yeah. So I think at the time, I was like, hey, Ryan, if you know anybody, set me up. Because he was married, okay? So I wasn't going after Ryan. At the same time, David was like, hey, Ryan. And so Ryan put the 2 of us together. But the way he put us together is we just had a dinner party at his house and played cards and had dinner, right?
Oh, that was the very first interaction?
And playing Super Nintendo was the biggest part of it.
Oh, I didn't.
But it was more the guys playing and us girls were just watching.
Oh.
So that was our first meeting, but I wouldn't say that was our first official date. It was like our, hey, check each other out, see if you want to go out.
It was in a safe environment.
Okay, so then our first official one, blind date, basically was going out to dinner at an Italian restaurant.
And then didn't we go play
And then we played pool.
Billiards? Yeah.
Yes, because David gave me the options like, do you want to go to a movie? Do you want to play pool? Do you want to do this? And I said, I don't want to do a movie because you don't get to know anybody when you're just sitting in a movie watching the movie.
I need to do my move where you yawn.
No.
Okay, that's fun. Next question. When was each of your first kisses, not with each other, just your first kiss in general, and how many people did you kiss before each other? 2.
Mine's easy. I've only kissed Katie.
Oh.
That's it.
That's awesome.
I was so shy. I think I kissed a couple of girls on the cheek, like when we went to when I was senior prom and junior prom.
And then Mom? Oh.
Mom's a player.
No.
I was probably 15.
15 people? Wait,
no, not 15 people.
I was like,
I'd say probably less than 10 people I kissed. Maybe.
Like, what do you mean less than 10? How many?
I don't know.
9.5.
There you go.
I'm not a player.
All the boys wanted to kiss her. What can she say? She couldn't help that everyone fell in love with her. Wait, so how old were you? When did you guys meet?
21 and a half. Almost 22.
Wait, you were like my age?
Yes.
Whoa.
I know. I tell you what.
There you go.
Thanks for that embarrassing question. Everybody's like, oh, David.
Next, did you ever sneak out? And if you did you get caught?
Why are you asking these things?
Okay, I'll tell the story. I didn't sneak out, but it was sneaky. I told my parents I was going to sleep over at my friend's house, who happened to be the neighbor. But I didn't. I went down the street to a party. At the end of the party, it was like, I don't know, midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't go back in the house. And I couldn't go over to my friend's house. At the time, my parents had a camper that they had parked in the driveway. And I made sure before I went to the party that the door was unlocked. On the bottom, where it would normally sit on the truck, there was these cubby holes that would open up so you could get in and out. And so that's what I crawled through, was that to get into the camper. And then I crawled up in the bed and slept there. And then in the morning, I got up, crawled back through the hole, came around, and then walked into the front door. So back then, you didn't have cameras and stuff like you do today. Yeah, so nobody knew which direction I came from.
Get busted.
Oh my goodness. That is a sneaky,
So I didn't sneak out, but I kind of snuck out.
A little bit in a way.
I think this is the first time I've ever told that story.
That's a crazy story.
Yeah.
But I think it's good that you literally went back to your house and just slept at the camper at your house.
Yeah,
you weren't doing anything crazy.
I knew my parents would say no to go to the party, so that's why I told a little white lie.
David's a baddie.
I'm a baddie. Didn't kiss anybody, but I'm a baddie.
When I was younger, as a child, I think, and I'd get grounded, which wasn't very often, but if I did get grounded, I would open my window, take out the screen, pop it out, and sneak out my bedroom window. And I would go play, and then like I'd put the screen back on, and then I'd go play. I probably stuffed my bed with pillows and whatnot, locked the door, barricaded it, went out so they couldn't come in. And then I go play and then come back in. I don't think they ever caught me.
Oh my goodness.
When I was in like teenager, I'd never really had a curfew, and I just needed to tell someone where I was going. So
You're like,
they didn't really care, I don't think.
Time for some more secrets. What was your most embarrassing moment? Or what is your most embarrassing moment, I guess?
For me, I was with my bestest friend and her family. And they were like, I called them like my second family. And one time we were laughing so hard at the dinner table, so hard, and I peed my pants. No! At dinner.
You did? Wait, I didn't know this story. That's so funny. What?
This
How
was in high school
embarrassing.
too. This is
So
high
you were a big
school.
girl.
Yes, a big girl.
She's
I
like,
think I
something
tried to
smells
hide it.
gross.
I think I tried to hide it, but it doesn't hide well.
You like stand up and your
Yeah,
entire
it's like,
pants are all wet and you're like, don't worry
I
about
probably
it.
tied a jacket around my waist or something, but yeah, it does not.
Oh, I
'Cause
would
it
feel
smells,
feel
it's-
so awkward. I wouldn't even know what I would do in that situation. I would be like,
Yeah.
feel so awkward. That's funny though. That's a funny story though.
Yeah.
Okay, Dad.
I can't think of like embarrassing. I remember like there's like many times when I've had to do like public speaking where I was really nervous. But I'm trying to think of embarrassing.
Sure, you just don't want to share.
Yeah, you do have one. Your most embarrassing moment
Oh, Mom's like,
was
I'll
on
answer
a
this.
road trip when he went to slide the food tray out the door at the hotel room. He was by himself.
That was embarrassing.
Oh
Okay.
no! What?
Go ahead.
What
Okay.
was it?
That was so embarrassing. I blocked that from my memory. So
At a
I
convention.
was going to hold a workshop for these people, and so I was like the keynote speaker, the main person that was there to like lead the whole thing. And that night, I went back to my room and I was tired and I got in my underwear. Let's see, I ordered room service, and then it came, right? I got in my underwear and I ate dinner watching TV in my underwear.
Oh,
This is
boy.
embarrassing, just telling
I
the
know.
story.
Don't eat in your underwear.
Yes,
Let's
don't
learn.
ever do that. And then I finished and I went to put the tray out in the
Oh
hallway.
no!
And I went to put the tray in the hallway and like, I don't remember if like there was a window open and it bumped me and it kind of, the door slammed shut. And there I was in the hallway holding the tray
No!
in my underwear.
Locked out? No!
Yes. And the door was locked.
In a hotel with coworkers.
In a nice hotel. Yeah. Coworkers,
Strangers,
clients.
everybody.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, oh no, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And you're just like, your blood pressure. Yes, this was so embarrassing. So
What did you do, David?
I had to go down to the front lobby and get a key to my room because there was no like phone in the hallways. I checked. There wasn't a phone in the hallway, so I went. I didn't want to go in the elevator because I thought if I get in the elevator,
Boy.
my boss is going to be like in there, the perfect timing. So I went down to the end of the hallway and went down the stairs. And I'm looking out the window of the stairs into the lobby. And there's so many people. Oh my gosh, it was so embarrassing. And I just said, dang it, here I go. So I opened the door, walked into the lobby in my underwear. And I walked up to the front desk and the dude knew what happened. He was like laughing.
No.
I'm like, I need to get a key. I locked myself out of my room. And he says, do you have any ID on you?
Of course he doesn't.
I'm like,
Let me check my
I'm like, can we speed this up? He's like, well, when you checked in, you signed a card. Let me just have you sign your name and see if they match. I'm like, okay. And I signed it, and it must have been close enough. Gave me a key.
My.
I went over to the stairs, ran up the stairs, ran into my room. So embarrassed. I didn't come out the rest of the night. I hid in there the rest of the night. And luckily, nobody I knew at least called me out on it. Nobody saw me. So awkward.
So you tell me, would you rather pee your pants in front of a small
Yes.
people, or would you rather be locked out at a busy hotel in your underwear in the lobby?
I peed my pants 3 times.
Oh!
Same here. With
Yeah,
That will
I
haunt ya.
blocked that. Thanks for bringing that back. That's gonna be
I'm curious
haunting me.
though. Do you guys have anything more embarrassing than David's?
I know, that's a
Because what's the
embarrassing
most
one.
embarrassing thing?
That's there's not much that can top that one.
Oh gosh.
That would be funny.
Oh boy.
I hated that.
You're welcome.
This is a horrible video.
I told you we were split on tea. Okay, next. What is something you wish you knew before you had kids?
How many diapers they go through?
Oh.
Holy
You
cow.
do go through a lot. I don't know, because I feel like having children, it just comes naturally. Like, you just know what's best for them. If you just listen to that instinct, I guess. I feel like then you just know. Like, you've never known how to take care of them before in different circumstances, and somehow you just know.
Yeah.
So,
And it's different when it's
I
your
don't
kid
know.
versus somebody else's kid.
Yeah,
Like, you can
know.
tolerate so much more, like changing diapers and stuff.
Yeah,
when it's your own
it's
kid,
okay.
it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Changing your nieces and nephews' diapers, that's disgusting.
It's like, yeah. It's not as scary as you think it is, I think, having kids.
Yeah, it's not
as
scary.
scary as you think it would be.
It's a lifelong commitment, though. I will tell you that.
It's the best thing that you could do
True.
in this life, though. Like, I don't think I could accomplish any greater thing
Aww.
than having my children.
That was a good answer.
That was a good one.
How did you know that your partner was the right one to marry?
She told me.
Okay, this is true. So we had been discussing about marriage and stuff and praying about it, and I think you had said, like, we should pray about it. And I'm like, oh, I already did, and I know
You're
that
like, check.
I was like, I know I'm gonna marry you, and he's like, and I was like,
What?
but I can wait and let you find your answer, because it has to be two people finding their answer. I can't just say, hey, I know we're allowed to get married.
Yeah.
But I definitely knew before David, and I just said, I'll wait until you figure it out for yourself. And I think it took probably 3 or 4 months, though, before you probably knew, from the time that I knew.
Yeah, because I was afraid to, like,
So there was
ask.
no more pressure. There was no more
Like-
talking about it. It was just,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I know.
So it was just like like you prayed about it and then it just like felt right.
For me,
It was like-
I knew. Like, after praying about it, I 100% knew, no doubts.
I had to get hit on the head.
Well, going along with that, what is your best piece of marriage advice?
Listen and agree to her.
Mom's face.
That's just a dumb saying that people say. That's not what
Happy
you even
wife,
think.
happy
Whatever.
life.
I think a lot of people have problem with money when it comes to marriage.
Yeah,
And
that's a big stressor.
I think just like try to work on that and sort it out, and it doesn't have to be a fight or a battle, I don't feel like.
Okay, next. How would okay. How do I introduce a guy to my parents? Like if I yeah. Okay. Anyways.
He just shows up one day.
How should you or how do you?
Yeah. Like how should I introduce
A guy
a guy
to
that I'm dating
us?
to you guys?
Wouldn't you just be like, first give a heads up, a warning, and say, hey, I want to invite Mr. Jordan over.
Mr. Jordan.
Or just,
And
I don't know,
then-
you could do it gradually, like, hey, I'm going out on a date with so-and-so. Then after we hear that 3 or 4 times, we'll kind of put the pieces together. And then you'd be like, hey, can so-and-so come over and hang out? Then we'll know.
Next question. How do you feel about your kids growing up and dating?
I don't have a problem with you guys growing up and dating.
Bound to happen at some point, I guess.
I like it. I mean, I
It's
think
the
it's
next
cool.
step of
It's
life.
natural.
I think it's normal, and I think it's good to move on to the next life stage. Like, it's always hard when your children move out, or when, you're best friends with your children and then they find a new best friend. It's like, it's hard that they're doing that, but also it's so great. Like, you want them to proceed to that next stage, because that's where they should be.
Next question is, how should you handle rejection? Ooh.
It's tough because when you're the person not being rejected, it's easy to get advice, right? So it'd be like, oh, just
Yeah.
shake it off and find somebody
It's
else.
true.
That's easier said than done. I think you need to keep yourself busy
Yeah.
because you kind of go into like you kind of want to go into seclusion. Maybe get away because you felt hurt. Or
Yeah.
Either surround yourself with other friends or family, and just stay busy.
I would say just know that you are really great. You're special. You're no less than the person that rejected you. We're all equal. You have great qualities. Your qualities are different than my qualities versus their qualities, whoever, So don't beat yourself up and let that beat yourself up more, because it's easy to do that. But just remember that You're just as good as everybody else.
You're still just as awesome.
You are. We're all like equally awesome, so you don't have to
It
feel
could just
bad
be a
about
product
it.
of timing or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's nothing that makes you less.
And you don't know why, like, maybe they just didn't feel a
Yeah.
connection. Maybe it was nothing against you, and that's okay.
Sometimes that happens, yeah.
That's okay for them to feel that way, and it's okay for you to feel.
Yep.
The way
And
you
sometimes
feel.
that's growing. That's the only way you'll grow is by having experiences like that. Going through it's no fun, but when you look back on it, you're like, oh, you can find things to appreciate.
And always know that it will eventually work out for you. You just got to keep putting yourself out there. Don't like all of a sudden close yourself off. Just keep putting yourself out there, even if it's for 100 times, you know?
Okay. Last question. Are parents always right?
Yes.
Of course. Definitely.
That was easy.
It depends on the parents, because I recognize that there are some awful parents out there. But for the most part, most parents try to do their best, and they have more wisdom than a younger person has. And so I'd say, yeah, majority of the time parents are right.
Good job, you guys.
I think we nailed it.
Well, that was so good. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Please don't make any memes out of this.
We love you so much. Bye.